What do you make of it?
Well, it's very, very disturbing, and frankly, he's got a lot of nerve because Trayvon Martin is dead. At least Zimmerman is going to get out and do his artwork online and sell it for $100 and have his groupies and his website and all of his boxing matches for charity, while Trayvon Martin is never getting out of his coffin. Zimmerman needs to just go away and stop rubbing salt in my wound.
Let me go to you, Van Jones. I want to play another clip here. This is where Zimmerman talks about the night itself and his feelings about what he perhaps should have done.
Yeah, I think about that night, and I think my life would be tremendously easier if I had stayed home.
I mean, again, Van Jones, what struck me was the sort of narcissism of all
Ridiculous.
this. Really, all he's thinking about is his own life. Yeah, him being a victim, him being easier at home, when Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old unarmed teenager, is dead.
You know, I'm sure that in his own mind he feels somehow victimized, but honestly, you would expect at this point for him to be able to show enough class and enough dignity to not try to seize that mantle and that mandate and to talk more about the harm and the pain and the suffering of the Trayvon Martin family. And when you don't see that and you see the other stuff that he's been doing, whether it's the arrests, this other sort of stuff, you just feel like, you know, not only did the guy get away with it, he doesn't seem to have learned very much. And I think that's what really hurts people who care about this whole situation, is that hopefully the country learned something, but apparently Zimmerman did not.
Ben Ferguson,
Wait, you actually expected Zimmerman to learn something from this?
One could
there
pray.
were reams and reams of reams where he wanted to catch a black youth. Well, he did it, and he shot him dead. I don't expect him to learn anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
Ben Ferguson, can you construct for me any form of rational defense for the way Zimmerman is currently behaving?
Well, I do think he's a victim of his own stupidity at this point. I mean, this happens to you, and you could say, look, I'm a victim of the obsession of the spotlight on this case. You might say I'll never be able to live in total without worrying that someone's going to try to come after me. But that is the extent of it. But I don't understand why he doesn't realize, just go away. Just walk away from the cameras. You don't have to do the interviews. You don't have to sit down and tell your story. And your story is not a sad story. You're not some sort of victim from what happened after the fact. Now, that night, to be honest with you, no one really wants to hear about you becoming a victim, regardless of the fight, regardless of the possible screams for help, regardless of the facts of the case.
I don't
There's
think
a certain
he wants
point
to
where
live
I think
in
you have to
anonymity.
say,
I don't think he
I'm going to
wants
walk
that.
away from this.
But